Fatherhood and the construction of a legacy of values. Parenthood is one of the greatest legacies a father can leave to the world. The impact of being a father goes beyond raising children and involves shaping their attitudes, beliefs, and values, creating the foundation for their identity. For many fathers, the main goal is not just to provide and educate, but also to teach values that will last throughout their child's life. Building a legacy of values is not something that happens overnight. It is formed through daily actions, meaningful conversations, and concrete examples. Over the years, fathers have the opportunity to be the main role models for their children, transmitting fundamental principles such as respect, solidarity, honesty, and responsibility. These values will often be the foundation that guides children in their decisions, interpersonal relationships, and, most importantly, in how they see themselves in the world. In this piece, we will explore the importance of a father being intentional in transmitting values and how this can positively impact their child's life, forming a legacy that transcends generations. The power of example, how fathers are role models. The greatest gift a father can give his child is example. Words can be easily forgotten, but actions speak louder and become the foundation of moral education. When a father practices values like honesty, respect, and integrity, he not only teaches, but also models these values in a concrete way. Children are highly influenced by their parents' behavior. A father who shows responsibility at work, who demonstrates empathy in his relationships, and who practices discipline in his routine is creating a life model for his child to follow. Parenthood is a daily opportunity to be an example, and this influence is often more powerful than any verbal advice. The legacy of values, therefore, begins with how fathers live these values in their daily lives. When a father acts with consciousness and integrity, he sows the seeds of character and morality in his child's heart, ensuring that these values remain alive for many generations. The importance of communication in transmitting values. While example is crucial, direct communication also plays a fundamental role in building a legacy of values. Fathers have the responsibility to talk openly about what is right and wrong, discuss the consequences of actions, and reflect on the moral teachings they want to pass on to their children. Communication should not be based on rigid moralizing or long speeches, but on meaningful conversations that help the child understand the importance of values in daily life. Instead of just saying, "This is right" or "This is wrong," fathers can share examples from their own lives, or even real stories that illustrate the values they are trying to transmit. An open conversation about family values and personal ethics also creates a safe space for the child to question and explore these ideas. This strengthens the family bond and allows children to understand not only the how and why of certain behaviors, but also the value of living in accordance with these principles. Respect and empathy. Fundamental values for character building. Respect and empathy are two of the most powerful values that fathers can transmit to their children. Teaching them to respect others, regardless of differences in opinion, social class, or ethnicity, is crucial for raising conscious and responsible citizens. These values also help build a strong and resilient character, which allows the child to deal with adverse situations in an ethical and caring manner. Teaching a child to put themselves in another's shoes to understand the suffering and joy of others, and to act with kindness and compassion creates a solid foundation for the development of healthy interpersonal relationships and the strengthening of emotional well-being. Fathers who demonstrate empathy in their own actions are the greatest examples for their children. By responding to difficult situations with understanding and emotional balance, fathers teach their child to be someone who cares about others, promoting the idea that the world can be kinder if we act with more respect and empathy. Responsibility and self-discipline. Preparing a child for adult life. Responsibility and self-discipline are essential pillars in the formation of a person's character. Teaching a child to be responsible for their actions and to take on the consequences is fundamental to preparing them for the challenges of adult life. Self-discipline is also a value that can be learned early on. By teaching a child to organize their routine, to fulfill commitments, and to control their impulses, a father helps build the child's ability to make wise decisions and act responsibly throughout their life. Discipline does not mean rigidity, but the ability to stay focused on important goals, even when there are many distractions. Fathers can help their child develop this ability through example by creating a structured family routine and clear goals for their children, while also promoting a supportive environment where the child feels encouraged to grow, learn, and take responsibility for their choices. The value of honesty and integrity. How to teach a child to be true in all situations. One of the greatest legacies a father can leave his child is honesty. Teaching a child to be honest with themselves and with others is essential to create a person of integrity who knows how to deal with the truth and face challenges with courage. Integrity goes beyond telling the truth. It involves acting according to one's own values even when no one is looking. Teaching this quality means modeling honest behaviors in daily life and making the child understand that acting ethically, even when it is difficult, brings a sense of satisfaction and inner peace. Fathers play a crucial role in showing that honesty is the foundation of any healthy relationship, and that by being true and transparent, we can build relationships of trust. By setting an example of integrity, fathers ensure that their child grows up believing that being true to others and to oneself is one of the greatest qualities a person can have. The value of persistence. How to teach a child to overcome obstacles and persist in their goals. Persistence is an essential value for success, both in personal and professional life. Teaching a child to persevere in the face of difficulties and to stay focused even when obstacles seem insurmountable is one of the most valuable lessons a father can transmit. Life is full of challenges, and the ability to keep trying, even after failures and difficulties, is what defines true winners. A father, by demonstrating persistence in his own daily activities, provides his child with the example of how to deal with failures and overcome difficulties. Whether at work, in studies, or in personal matters, persistence helps create emotional resilience and the self-confidence necessary to achieve goals. Encouraging a child to learn from mistakes and not to give up at the first sign of failure helps form a mindset of continuous growth. Persistence, when taught effectively, prepares a child to face the world with courage and determination. The importance of gratitude. How to teach a child to value what they have and others. Gratitude is a powerful value that helps build a positive and balanced mindset. Teaching a child to value what they have and to recognize the effort of others can be fundamental to their happiness and success. Gratitude promotes a mindset of abundance, where the child learns to appreciate the small moments instead of focusing on what is missing. When a father models gratitude in his daily life, he teaches his child that true wealth does not come from material possessions, but from healthy relationships, meaningful experiences, and moments of connection. The practice of being thankful for the simple things in life creates a family environment of positivity, where everyone is reminded of the value of what is truly important. Furthermore, teaching gratitude also means showing a child the importance of helping others and being generous. Empathy and respect for others are born from a grateful heart, which contributes to the formation of a strong character and a conscious and supportive individual. The importance of forgiveness. How to teach a child to overcome grudges and live in peace. Forgiveness is another essential value that fathers should transmit to their children. Teaching a child to forgive both themselves and others is a lesson that directly impacts their emotional health and relationships throughout life. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting or justifying the faults of others, but releasing the weight of anger and resentment, allowing the child to live with more inner peace. Fathers who demonstrate the importance of forgiveness in their own lives teach their children how to deal with conflicts in a healthy way and resolve problems constructively. When a father forgives, he teaches that not holding grudges and not allowing the mistakes of others to define the relationship are behaviors that ensure healthier and more lasting relationships. Additionally, forgiveness also involves forgiving oneself for mistakes made, an essential step for emotional growth. This value contributes to a family environment of understanding, patience, and compassion. Trust. How to teach a child. The importance of being trustworthy and trusting others. Trust is the foundation of all healthy relationships. Teaching a child the value of mutual trust and how to be a trustworthy person is crucial for them to build lasting and respectful relationships throughout life. For fathers, this means being an example of honesty, responsibility, and loyalty in all situations. By being trustworthy with his child, keeping promises, and being consistent in his actions, a father transmits the importance of personal integrity and reputation. This creates an environment of emotional security where the child knows they can count on their father, regardless of the situation. Furthermore, teaching a child to trust people in a healthy way, knowing how to discern whom to trust, and how to build trusting relationships, prepares them to deal with the emotional complexities of adult life. The paternal legacy. How to teach a child to continue a history of values and traditions. Parenthood is not just about the present, but about leaving a legacy that endures for generations. Teaching a child the importance of preserving family values, cultivating traditions, and maintaining a legacy of love and morality is one of the greatest gifts a father can offer. The paternal legacy goes beyond material possessions or tangible inheritances. It resides in teachings, shared memories, and principles that are passed down from father to child. When fathers teach their children to honor their family history, to appreciate the values that sustain the family, and to live with integrity, they create a solid foundation that will continue to influence future generations. The greatest legacy a father can leave is one of love and character. Teaching a child how to be an example of kindness, honesty, and responsibility will ensure that this legacy is perpetuated in a meaningful and lasting way. Fatherhood and the construction of a legacy of values. Parenthood goes beyond giving birth to a child. It is about shaping the future through the transmission of values that last throughout life. Every action, every conversation, and every example given by fathers has a profound impact on the formation of a child's character. The legacy a father leaves is not in material things, but in the teachings, the memories, and the values that are passed down to future generations. Being a present and conscious father in teaching these values helps create a solid foundation for children to become balanced, responsible, and loving adults. A father's legacy is, therefore, in the love he offers, the lessons he transmits, and the way he contributes to his child's growth. Parenthood is, without a doubt, one of the most powerful ways to change the world. How have you been transmitting the values you consider most important to your children? What legacies would you like to leave for future generations? Share your ideas and experiences in the comments. If you believe that the transmission of values is the foundation for meaningful fatherhood, subscribe to the channel, Light in Fatherhood, and join us in the mission to create legacies of love and responsibility. Let's continue to learn and evolve together on the journey of strengthening fatherhood and building a better future for our children.